Hello, and welcome to the Janey with Janey podcast. And we are here for episode 11, taking my own advice. And yeah, I'm your host, Jane Anderson, and I'm out and about this morning, so I'm hoping you can soak in the nature that's flying around and the noises that's coming in, and yeah, just enjoy while I babble on to you this morning. Last week's episode, and probably the next two towards the end of June, will be kind of a roundup of what we've been talking about with the new beginnings and things like that. And I asked you to listen inwards, sit in silence, and I gave you lots of questions to choose from and an invitation to think about things a little differently. So my question this morning is, did you do it? Did you actually sit for 10 minutes in silence listening to the sea in Bermuda? If you did, I'd love to know what came through and if it actually helped in any way. I'm always curious to know what you actually get from the podcast. If you didn't do it, I'm asking and inviting you to sit and do this. And it was all about stopping searching outside of yourself, going straight to Google, and hands up, I'm pretty much like that as well, and looking for validation for what you're actually doing in life. So this week I actually did the exercise. I had two questions that kind of really resonated with me, even though I'd written the questions myself. I actually did the exercise, and yeah, when life asks us to pause, that's different. So that's what I'm going to talk about this week. And yes, taking my own advice, because sometimes it is hard when life throws us these, I'm going to say curveballs or questions, whatever you want to call it. And we start searching for answers when actually the answers are all within. And I know I keep talking about this, and it's taken me a while, well, a long time, if I'm honest, to sit with things and actually believe and trust in myself and what I'm feeling. So it is a challenge, and what we have to recognise is we already know more than we think we do. So it's trusting in yourself, trusting in what we already know, and also trusting in the feeling that we're getting, because if we feel like it's right, then it probably is. If we get a gut wrench feeling, then it's probably not right, no matter how much you try to justify it. And it's like the little nudge or the little words that keep coming back. And one example that I can give you is, I kept hearing the word podcast, September 24. Kept hearing this word podcast. Then I did a challenge about a podcast, and then still, even last January, it was literally 4 days before the challenge ended, and we had to have, 5 episodes ready, that I suddenly thought, you know what, this word keeps coming back, I have to do this. And here I am, 80 odd podcasts later, still enjoying what I'm doing, talking to you, and serving so many people who listen in every week. So it's not a loud, well, hey, here we go. It's just like, you know, when you're out walking, podcast would keep coming into my head, or I don't know, sitting with the dogs by the stream, podcast would pop up into my head. And I'm like, yes, you have to do this, even though I'd thought, nah, I'm not going to do it. So it's that feeling, that knowing that you keep seeing things, hearing things that you know that it feels right. But then it's also the opposite as well. Things coming up that don't feel right. What no longer is serving you in life. So there is that as well. And that's what I've been sitting with this week. No rushing, no forcing, just feeling, listening in, giving things space. Obviously my trip, I was away and had a 4-hour drive there and a 4-hour drive back, so I had plenty of space just to be and listen inwards, which actually was really good. I wasn't forcing an answer, I was just churning things over in and asking inwardly, what does it feel like? Where do I need to be going? And it's giving yourself that time to slow down, to listen and to actually receive what's coming your way. There's loads of different ways to do it. Like I've mentioned, mine was like a little car journey and no music, just, well, background kind of music with no words, should I say. And yeah, but it could be sitting and journaling, it could be being out in nature. That's where I get a lot of my kind of this word, that word, or just a load of babble that comes through, and then I suddenly go, oh, that's what's coming through, that's what I need to sit with. And the answers will appear. That's kind of what I've realised. If you give things time, don't rush, don't force, because that's what I used to do. Always needed to know the answer now. Like, yeah, where am I going? What am I doing? And that was, we don't need to know the whole plan. We just need to be able to take those next steps. That one simple next step, one step at a time. It might be having that one conversation that you don't really want to have, but just think about what that one conversation might bring. It might be a one decision. That decision to say yes to something, or that decision to say no to something. Because we can say no, we don't have to explain why. If it doesn't feel right, say no. And I think what I've learned is, don't overcomplicate things. Hands up, I am an overthinker. I'm getting better at it. And I don't overthink things now too much. I still do a little bit. And it is like, what if? A lot of people ask, what if? Why not reframe that and do even if instead of what if? Just see what difference that makes with a question that you're asking yourself. What if I'd done this? What if I do this? Even if I do this, even if I had done this. Just reframe things a little bit. And I think for me, that's where my self-trust has grown, in being able to switch things, move certain words around to make it more. So I do actually stop. I do listen to what's going on and lean in to what we already know, because we know what we know. And I think we'll surprise ourselves when we do listen, because we do know the answers. And that is where I'm coming from today. So we know what we already know. We know the answers. Self-trust grows as we lean in and listen to what's going on in our body. We've all had that gut wrench feeling. We've all had that woohoo feeling inside. So think about those and trust yourself enough to take that next step. If it's saying no to something you don't really want to do, don't do it. Say no. Don't explain. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Say no. Don't be somebody that you're not. So what I'm saying is, this week, if you're sitting with a decision, a question or a feeling, ask yourself, what do I already know? Sit with it. Put the 10 minutes see on, or go and sit in nature and listen to what's going on around you, or just shut your eyes, just listen, ask the question and see what comes through. But trust what comes through. Trust what feels right in your body. So I'm going to leave it there for today, and all I'm going to say is there's something inside of you that knows no limits, and it's time to believe in you. Have an absolutely amazing week, and I will be back with you next Wednesday. Take care, my lovelies. Thank you for joining me on the Journey with Janey podcast. It's always a pleasure to be with you on a Wednesday, or whenever you are downloading and listening to the Journey with Janey podcast. All I ask is that you subscribe so you never miss an episode, and also remember, there are ways of contacting me through my website on www.janeywithjaney.com. There's a contact button to book a call, which is a free 15-minute call, and all the details of the ways to work with me are on my website. I'm always available for a chat, a DM, or just a message via LinkedIn or Instagram. We all have the social handles now. Just drop me a message and let's talk. And remember, we don't have to do this alone, which is exactly why I am here, to help guide you on this journey. I am the me that I needed 3 years ago, and I hope and feel that I can help you on your journey of moving forward by taking small, simple steps. So from me to you, take care.